So you've got a great drawing that's proportional and detailed, and now it's time to go in with paint. Start with the bottom of your piece where your chess piece sits. Paint this in a solid color. I'm choosing a straight black for this, and it's a good way to warm up my brush skills by painting right up to the edges and getting even coverage without watering down my paint. As I mentioned in the previous video of this series, you're going to paint in a gradient in the background to practice your paint blending skills before jumping into the chess piece itself. Remember to premix all of your values so you can work quickly. I'm starting with the lightest gray value and working my way down half of the page. This makes it easier to blend because it's a smaller area and the paint on the page needs to be wet for me to blend the next color into it effectively. Once I finish the one side, I move on and do the other. Now it's time to jump into the chess piece itself. Choose a smaller brush and focus on one area to start. I'm keeping my reference image close at hand because I'm going to be looking at this to know where to paint the different values on the page. I'm starting with the first value I see and working my way across the shape, blending wet paint into wet paint. Keep looking back at your image. Identify the color that sits next to the color that you've just placed on the page and then paint that in. It's your attention to detail that's going to make this piece look realistic and well rendered. If you're finding an area isn't really working, don't be afraid to move on and come back to it once it's dry. When you've done all the areas, you should have a chess piece painting that shows your ability to observe values in an image and blend paint on a page. Next, you'll be ready to do a painting that includes color. Subscribe if you're interested in becoming more okay at everything.